Hello and welcome. Today, we're digging into the fascinating world of early medieval European burial practices, roughly from the 5th to the 11th centuries. Forget any idea of uniformity. How people treated their dead back then was incredibly diverse and changed quite a bit across different regions and over time. It's a window into shifting societies, beliefs, and cultures. One key takeaway from recent archaeology is that old and new traditions often mixed. As Christianity spread, you started seeing more standardized burials. Bodies laid west to east in churchyards, usually without items buried alongside them. But this change wasn't overnight. Especially early on, pre-Christian customs stuck around or blended with Christian ideas. We see this clearly with grave goods, things like weapons, tools, jewelry, or pottery buried with people. Even in Christian graves, these items sometimes appear, though maybe fewer of them, or different types compared to earlier periods. Archaeology today isn't just about digging. Cutting-edge science is unlocking amazing details. Analyzing skeletons tells us about people's age, health, diet, and even if they experienced violence. Ancient DNA, or aDNA, is a game changer. It helps trace genetic ancestry, figure out family relationships within cemeteries, and track migrations across Europe. Then there's isotope analysis. By looking at elements in teeth and bones, scientists can reconstruct where someone grew up. Were they local, or did they migrate? And what kinds of food they ate? Where and how people were buried also tells a story. Graves weren't always in large cemeteries. Sometimes they were isolated, in small family plots, or even placed within much older prehistoric mounds. The graves themselves varied too, from simple earth pits to elaborate stone-lined chambers or burials with wooden coffins or just shrouds. These details can hint at social standing or cultural identity. Researchers are also intrigued by what are sometimes called deviant burials. These are graves that stand out. Maybe the person was buried face down or decapitated or placed outside the main cemetery. Why? Interpretations vary. It could signify social exclusion, punishment, or perhaps specific beliefs about stopping the dead from haunting the living. Or maybe it was just a different cultural norm we don't fully grasp yet. Of course, grave goods remain a central focus. What was buried with someone, swords and shields for a warrior perhaps, or intricate brooches, beads, and weaving tools for someone else, speaks volumes about their perceived identity, status, gender, or even occupation. Archaeologists don't just list the items. They study their craftsmanship, where they came from, local or imported, and what they might have symbolized. So the picture that emerges from ongoing digs and the re-examination of old finds with new tech is one of dynamic societies. Early medieval burial practices weren't static. They reflected a complex mix of inherited traditions. The gradual process of religious conversion established social hierarchies and individual choices. Studying how these people handled death gives us a unique glimpse into their lives and how they understood the world during a truly transformative era in European history. Thanks for tuning in.